bakit niyo po naisipang gawing pelikula yung buhay?
Hindi ako nakaisip.
Hindi pa, paano po kayo napapayag na gawing pelikula yung buhay niyo?
There were attempts, marami ng attempts, even when I was in jail. Diba, I was in jail for 4.5 years. Nakakausap ko na yan sina Senator Bong Revilla, Senator Jinggoy. So, I was interviewed already by the good senator at that time. Kaya lang, everything is an attempt. So everything was a wish. It became a wish lahat. It never came true. And then, in 2017, we got out of jail kasi we were granted bail. So, nakilala ko sina Don Remo, sina Mr. Res Cortez. So, this is the second attempt na. True enough, nakapagsulat sila ng script. I was interviewed many times. Even the mga writers nila, they came in. I went to the building 4 times. And even on the outside of the building, I think 3 times. And then we were planning na magsama kami for 1 month sa isang resort para to get more stories. And para mapag-aralan na siguro nila yung mga demeanors and characters ko, because they were planning to hire professionals like Ian Veneracion, Aljur, and Paulo Avellino. Yan yung mga kino-consider nila. In fact, I think nakakausap na nila yung iba doon to come up with a movie na talaga na
feature narrative film.
Yeah, ganon. And they came up with the PowerPoint presentation right away. Meron talaga. Kaya lang, daming mga mga intervening events like Tevez case, for instance. I was brought to Tevez to serve search warrants there. So it delays again. Weeks ang mga delays niya. So nawawala yung momentum. Siyempre, makapag-serve ka ng mga search warrants, you arrest people, confiscate firearms, dami yung nakuha doon. So, sa kasi filing of case, daming requirements yan. Then you file a cases pala, Senate inquiries, so we have to attend. So, tagal talaga yung it delays, nawala na naman yung momentum. So, nung pumipick up na naman yung momentum, usap na naman kami ni Don Remo. Kasi si Don Remo is from Batangas. I am from Quezon now. I played golf sa Malaraya at sa Lipa. So, bilis lang meet kami. So, we meet there. Hindi lang naman yung movie, pero usapan namin. We talk business also. And then, comes Dicky Buloy again. Wala na naman yung momentum. So, pinadala ko kay Buloy para makatulong sa pag-aresto sa kanya. I stayed there for July, August, maybe 2 months. 2 months na trabaho. So, in short, nahuli si Kibuloy. I was expecting na they bring me home. Kasi wala naman na eh. Kasi na General Torre naman, pumunta na sa CIDG. Yung ibang mga kasama ko na nag-operate, they were given positions already. Ako lang ang hindi nabigyan. We were brought, ganito eh, dinala kami sa isang room. General Torre, yung mga ibang generals and all that. Sabi niya, ikaw, si ADG ka na, ganyan sa ikaw, ganyan. Pagdating sa akin, gano'n. Well, bakit ako? Wala ako. Hindi, you stay in the boat. Kasi may election. So I stayed in Davao. So close to 1 year, stay ako sa Davao. Ngayon lang akong there's an attempt na na bumalik sa wala pang order. So in Davao, ayaw sa akin ng mga tao doon. Maybe not all of them, maybe. But I can say 98% ayaw talaga sa akin. I'm an intruder. Estranghero ako doon. At very clear naman yung yung reason bakit ako nandun. To get Kibuloy. So, sila sa akin? Everything, they were adverse. Adverse ang mga comments, antagonistic, anything that you can say. No? Makita mo naman sa bus bay, many. I kept quiet, work deeply, silently, until a certain Edith Kadwaya came and asked me many questions already. First confrontation, alam ko naman sinasayap niya ako eh. Sinasayap ko rin siya. Sabi ko, ito, alam mo yung word sa police, matalas to. Matalas ang observation nito. I was sent to Russia for 3 times. We've studied rolling eyeballs. Pag-aralan na namin ang body language doon. Anong pag-aralan mo sa KGB camp, kundi ganun? Kaya ang mga Russians magaling sa ganyan eh. Well, except use of nerve gas and all that. So nakita ko naman si Miss Edith. Ito, may hindi magandang gagawin sa akin. So, nag-ano naman, kaya nga, konti-konti lang, hindi ako papa-interview para walang issues. And then, for some reasons na siya pala, before kanya i-approach din, she will come up with deep research, deep study on you. Not only on demeanors, kasi she can also interpret broad shoulders and rolling eyeballs too, and body languages, mga ganyan. So alam niya na marami akong dito, mahuhukay dito, sabi niya siguro. So instead na hukayin niya ako frontally, chinek muna niya ako sa yung anong available resources sa social media, sa internet. And dami niya nakuha sa YouTube, sa Google. Open naman yung pangalan ko doon. Check na ng Google, dami, lalabas talaga, dami. I think she was puzzled kung sino talaga ako. Kasi exposed naman na siya sa mga maraming magagaling na tao eh. Exposed na rin siya sa mga thinking people like Norman Suarez, like you can name it. Marami. Kasi nga friend nga sila ni Maria Ressa eh. And being a writer of Rappler and Inquirer and the publisher of owner ng Newsline. So well exposed internationally and locally. Kaya nga dami niyang mga attendance sa exposure sa abroad. So siguro nakita niya. Pero yung mga kilala, they are not policemen and they were not policemen, hindi policeman. So, ito police to bakit ganito ito? So, graduate of the University of Santo Tomas, I graduated philosophy, I have my master's degree, I have my PhD also. Sabi mo, kakaiba ito So, hindi ko na masyadong maalala kung ano yung mga engagements namin. She proposed for a anong tawag niyo doon? Yung documentary only. It's a plain documentary lang. It's not a movie at all. At there was a time na she was invited sa Senate inquiry doon sa Kibuloy issue. I think that was the 5th time na ma-invite kami and she was invited. Nagsalita siya doon. Galit pala siya kay Kibuloy. And then, for some reasons na gusto niyang mag-stay for a while sa Manila. And then sabi ko, ba't gusto mo? Punta kayo sa Quezon. Maganda yung Bill Escudero. You might as well take this opportunity. Makita niya yung ganda ng Quezon Province. I live there. So, and then siguro naalala niya, Ate Monan. Kasi nabasa naman na niya yung Nabasa na naman niya yung mga materials about me and Quezon ko. Suddenly, she became interested of Quezon. Particularly sa Timonan. Hindi, went there. Bagyo pa nga nun eh. Naalala ko, Bagyo yun. Pumunta sila. At doon na nag-start lahat yung she was more into it. She became more aggressive now sa story about Quezon. Kasi sa Quezon, doon sa I was wounded. I got many wounds, but sa Quezon dami kong wounds naman. 3 gunshot wounds there. I have 52 metal screws in my body. 1 knee replacement. 4 spine operations. 1 impaired ear. I'm a PWD. So, alam niya lahat yun. Alam niya lahat yung situation na yun. Physically, yun lang. Yun pa lang, nakikita. Alam niya na, there is more. There's more. Kasi, there should be more.